Kia ora. Welcome here or welcome back. This is my second on-camera cash stuffing. Just briefly, my name is Neen. I'm the Joy Ninja. I'm a solo mum of 2 children. I'm currently studying, so I'm a student on a really low income. I started this channel to really help me change my attitude around money. I'm wanting to create abundance with what I have today. And that's even more important in the face of groceries and fuel prices going up. I've always done digital budgeting, but I started the cash stuffing about 6 weeks ago, and I'm finding that previous to doing the cash stuffing, I felt that I had no money left in my budget. It was all budgeted for. There was nothing left, but I'm able to create some wealth and some pockets of money to be able to put away into savings challenges. So that's what we're here for. If you're up for a bit of a chatty video and watching me stuff my weekly income, feel free to subscribe or like or both. Anyway, let's get into it. So this is my planning binder. This is where I get the cash out and store it. Today is a little bit different. We have a little bit more to stuff than normal. Usually I have around $250, but this week I got a tax return from donations I made to school and church, so I got a little bit of extra, $132.50 to be exact. I have left some of that in my bank account as a buffer or a cushion. But also I'm finding the downside of cash stuffing is trying to get your cash out. I don't know about you, but with my bank, they charged for over-the-counter transactions or for going into the branch. And the first couple of weeks I did it, I'd started in the middle of April. I got my statement at the end of the month, and they had charged me $9. For the pleasure of getting my cash out to stuff my envelopes. So I can't be doing that. I don't have the budget to spend that kind of money getting my money. So I've been using cash machines, and the ones near me only issue 50s and 20s. So I'm finding it a little bit difficult. Today, to get the right change, I had to go and buy something to get the money, which is counterproductive as far as I'm concerned. Anyway, if you've got any ideas about how to do this more efficiently and cheaply, feel free to let me know. Let's have a wee count. So right there we have 245. We have 50, 150, 250, 300. 20, 30, 40, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70. So that's 375 there to play with. We're going to start by looking at my everyday expenses binder. I'll just put that up out of there. So with cash stuffing, I don't stuff every single expense. A lot of it I keep in digital, bank accounts. I have separate bank accounts for different uses. I have a bills account, and I try and automate everything that I can because that makes life easy for me. But I was finding that I was overspending on things like groceries, and then really stressing out when regular bills like my car insurance or power or internet became due. And I was having good weeks of shopping and then not having enough to spend, and that's stressful. That's not abundant to me. So let's have a look. In groceries, I've got a receipt. I watch a lot of people on the tube from America who talk about Fetch. I don't think we have Fetch here, but if you're in New Zealand and you know that we do, I might be open to doing Fetch. Anyway, we budgeted well because That's 80 cents left. Similarly with fuel, it's all pretty much spent. They are just vouchers, discount vouchers. I just felt like I might as well leave them in there. And if you watched last week, I had trackers. I've taken them out of these things like fuel and groceries because money just goes in and out, and it's not particularly useful for me at this time to count that. So I've got 50, 90. Cafe still has the 5. I'm going to leave that there. Takeaways, I think I put $17 in, $17 last week, and that basically paid for a bakery lunch on the weekend. I would really love to stuff more than that, and similarly household's got nothing, and I'd love to stuff more in that. I guess I'm just going to have to wait until my income changes, until I get a job, which hopefully will be in a month or so. Okay, so let's get to stuffing. This week groceries is going to get $1.50. When I started this process, you know what, I'm going to set these out all pretty. I'm sure you've been sitting there going, Neen, why aren't you using all the bits and pieces? I don't know. So back to groceries is getting $1.50. When I started this, I was regularly spending $180, $200, $220 on groceries, and I'd look at my grocery cart and go, that just doesn't even look like that to me. So I'm being way more mindful, and I've managed to get my groceries budget down. A lot of that has been shopping my pantry as well. Fuel is going to get 60 this week. That's $20 more than normal, but I get a feeling of abundance from having at least half a tank of gas in my car. And that might sound silly to some people, but I'm from Christchurch and I lived through an earthquake. And I know when you have a civil defence emergency like that, FPOS and phones tend to go down. And so what I learned through that experience, because it was years of aftershocks and stress, was to always have plenty of fuel in your car and plenty of cash on your person. Sorry for going there. Cafe is getting $5 this week, brings me up to 10. So maybe I can buy a coffee and one for a friend. Takeaways is only getting 15. As I said, that's really not going to buy us much, but I want to roll this over up to a good amount. The kids love Taco Bell or pizza, so I really need 2 weeks worth to go in there. And household is getting 10. I still haven't got all the stuff that I need to get for my garden cleanup. I want to get some compost and some weed killer. The weed killer alone is like $17, so I'm not doing that at the moment. I should really be working on my study anyway. So the garden I'll get to that when I get to that. Now to the fun binder. This is my savings binder, and I'm able to stuff a bit more in here than I normally do because of that tax return. Oh dear. So I'm going to skip over emergency savings and go straight to Christmas and birthdays. Christmas and birthdays currently has in it 20, 30, 5, 6, and I want to stuff 40, which would bring us to 40, 60, 75. So what I'm going to do is go 50, gosh, 50, 60, 75. Does that make sense? It's just I need to make a bit of change so I can stuff the rest. Kids savings. Now this was more of a long-term, third priority kind of goal, and I do have a bank account set up for the kids' needs, but it's a bare bones budget in there, and my daughter needs shoes big time, so I am going to put 60 in here, and regrettably I'm probably going to use that on school shoes, but that gives us 50, 70, 90, 100. Yeah, that's more urgent than having nice big fat bank accounts for when they're older and they want to go to university or go travel. Now we'll go back to our emergency savings. I did this right. I want to put $25 in here, and so far for emergency savings we've got 60. So that's going to give us 50, 70, 85. Oh, so close to 100. So close. I might be able to make that next week, which would be really cool. That will make me feel like I've achieved something. And then the last envelope I've got here, well, I've got these envelopes, but they're not labelled yet. They're not in action until I make more money, is 22 deposits in 2022. And I have kept the trackers in the savings challenges. So we're up to week 7, and if I put that in there, that's an additional $5, but we've also got this change. And I know that that is 5, 6, 2, 4, 6, 70. So that's 1170 today. And I actually did a week count because I added some more in there, so that's 25, which makes the maths a whole lot easier. 35, 36, 70. I can usually do maths faster than that, but I guess it's just being on camera makes you nervous. Yeah, we'll get that in the drawer. So that's all. That's all the money stuff for this week. If you watched last week's video, I did talk about doing a video about how I organise my digital savings. That's still coming. To be totally honest with you, I'm still figuring this out, and I don't want to come off as an expert. I just want to encourage you to get started. Part of me, an old part of me, would say I never have any money left over at the end of the week. So what's the point in budgeting? You know, you're just moving stuff around and not getting ahead. But I think I've proved to myself, especially with this savings binder, that there are ways to create abundance even when you have very little, and that's really exciting to me. So come back next week, about this time next week, or well, Wednesday, Thursday, I'll be uploading another cash stuffing, and at some point I will do a plan with me once I figure out the technical how to get my computer screen to show you guys how I organise all my online accounts. Anyway, I hope you have a good day. Bye bye.